A warm good evening to one and all present here. Welcome to TISK Talk Show. Learning never exhausts minds, and today we are going to discuss most relevant topic, national education policy. And we are so honored to the presence of Dr. Siddiq Sir, Assistant Professor of Sir Sid College, with us to discuss this topic. Sir, we warmly welcome you to this session. Now, let me introduce myself. I am Rizan Shibrin from class 9, and with me here are Rifa Shirin, class 9, Siana, class 9, Zanha, class 9, Fatima, class 7, Rishana, class 7, and Shaza, class 7. I invite all the participants to make this talk show vibrant, fantastic, and informative one. National education policy came first in 1968 on the recommendation of Kothari Commission, and the second national education policy came in 1986 by the government led by Rajiv Gandhi. And in 1992, the 1986 national education policy was modified by P.V. Narasimha Rao government. And after 34 years, on 29th July 2020, the Cabinet approved new National Education Policy NEP 2020, which is based on a draft of MHRD 2019, which was followed by a number of public consultation. Now, let's check the highlights of National Education Policy 2020.
Yes, as Shibrin shared, a new policy was made known as National Education Policy, and one of the most important highlights of National Education Policy is foundational literacy and numeracy. As we all know, the ability to read and write and perform basic operation is a necessary foundation and an indispensable prerequisite for all future schooling and lifelong learners. However, various governmental and non-governmental surveys indicates that we are currently on a learning crisis. Most of the students in elementary school, over 5 crore, have not achieved foundational literacy and numeracy. According to the highest priority on achieving foundational literacy and numeracy by all students by grade 3. So, do you all know what foundational literacy and numeracy means? Foundational literacy and numeracy in school refers to fundamental skill and knowledge in reading, writing, and mathematics. It's crucial for students to develop their education. According to foundational literacy, a child should be able to read, write, and talk fluently. Within grade 3, he or she should be able to recognize letters such as A, D, H, and words such as cat, dog, ball, and should be fluent on reading them. And in foundational numeracy, a child should be able to do basic mathematical operation and should be able to recognize numbers such as 79, 83, 54, and should be able to do basic subtraction and addition. I hope that you all got a basic idea about foundational literacy and numeracy. It just says that a child should be able to read, write, and do basic mathematics within grade 3.
Yes, of course. Foundational literacy and numeracy is a necessary prerequisite to learning. Zanha, can you explain the structural change of education system in National Education Policy?
Another important highlight of National Education Policy 2019 is the replacement of 10 plus 2 structure into 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4 corresponding to the ages 3 to 8, 8 to 11, 11 to 14 and 14 to 18. In our current 10 plus 2 structure, the first 10 years for regressant education and the remaining 2 years for higher education. But when you are talking about new education structure, that is 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4, first we have foundational stage. It has 5 years. The first 3 years for Anganwadi at the age of 3 to 6 and the remaining 2 years for classes 1 and 2 at the age of 6 to 8. And the next second one is preparatory stage. It is for classes 3 to 5 at the age of 8 to 11. And the next one is middle stage. It has 3 years. It is for classes 6 to 8 at the age of 11 to 14. And at last we have secondary stage. It has 4 years. It is for classes 9 to 12 at the age of 14 to 18.
This policy explains that 10 plus 2 structure in school education will be modified into a new curricular structure of 5 plus 3 plus 3 plus 4. Now, I welcome Rishana to explain the importance of vocational learning in National Education Policy.
The National Education Policy 2023 invites the incorporation of vocational education in mainstream education with an appropriate synchronization that only complements conventional education rather than combating or cannibalizing it. With stress on fostering skill development and boosting entrepreneurship, the NEP 2023 constituents are on the job in the right way. The older policy only resulted in building degree factories, where institutions were more into propagating the importance of mainstream subjects with an examination perspective. In the NEP 2023, there is a clear importance given to honing the skills and competencies of the children from a young age, thereby preparing them for their careers. The old education system was turning out the population with degrees, but no skills. The new education policy has changed its emphasis from solely promoting literacy to developing the skills and competencies of the workforce. Vocational education, to start from class 6 with internships. Students still learn coding from grade 6 onwards. Now, during this online period also, we have seen a boom in online learning. So, our students should be an expert in online learning, and it is proposed from grade 6 onwards. Moving to the next point, a 10-day bagless period. Sometimes during grades to 6, to intern with local vocational experts such as porters, carpenters, artists, etc. Similar internship opportunities for grade 6 to 12.
As Rushana shared, national education policy gives more importance on occasional learning. Curricular content will be reduced in each subject to make space for critical thinking, discovery-based and analyzed learning. Now, we have already discussed three main highlights of national education policy. Sir, what is your opinion about these points?
Assalamu alaikum and very good evening to you all. This has been an amazing experience for me the first time because vibrant students, they presented very well. And I realized that there has been a great effort behind this from your teachers, from your principal, from everyone. And especially the way you presented is extremely good. The way you pronounced it, the way you presented, and the points you incorporated, and everything. I have been really feeling proud of you. Anyway, let me come to the point. Next year, we are going to have a change in the curriculum in the school and education, in the school education level. Let me say that the dress I wear now, it is individually tailored because it is very fit for me. And I could say that it is not fit for you because this is tailored in my measurement. And the coat we wear and the dresses they wear and the dresses you wear and everything, it is individually tailored. A tailor takes a measure and the dresses are accordingly tailored so that it is fit for me. In a classroom with 40 students, definitely we give a lesson from teacher's point of view, but it may not be that much student-centric. So, NEP, National Education Policy, is going to revolutionize the entire education system in India across from LKG to higher education. Now, I am part of four-year graduation, four-year UG program, and I am the coordinator in Kannur University. So, I know that there is going to be a tremendous change in the next year onwards. Because until now or until recently, there were 3 years degree program, but now onwards it is going to be changed and it is going to become 4-year degree program. The basic concept or the fundamental tenet or the basic principle of this education policy is student-centric approach. That means what an individual student likes to study in her career or in his career, he can go that way. I have been to Maldives from 2006 to 2011. I have been teaching Cambridge University syllabus. That time I realized, or even I have been teaching to the students who were up to 8th standard, and from 8th standard onwards they can choose any subject of their interest. For example, commerce with the fishery science, biology with commerce, economics with mathematics, and now I think you are in 8th standard or 7th standard? 7th standard. They are studying, you are studying biology, chemistry, physics, right? And not economics. Economics also? Yes. After 10th standard, they have only few rods, not the way they like. They have either economics or either commerce or either science. If they go to science, they have to compulsorily choose mathematics, biology, or physics, chemistry, and they cannot choose economics. So there is a restriction until now, but it is going to be changed. There are several buckets for the students, and they can choose any course from an individual bucket. So in that aspect, national education policy is going to revolutionize, make lot of changes in the education system, and we hope for the best. So anyway, now they have focused on foundational literacy, right? Foundational literacy. It means from the younger students, from the younger classes, they have to, or the teachers have to focus on improving the foundational literacy of the students. And now onwards, or until now, based on the traditional system, we value only the marks in the classroom. We only appreciate students with top rank, first rank, second rank, or third rank. What about the others? They are also going to be regarded. They are also going to be considered because they have their own qualities. Everyone does their functions. Now you see here, there are many people doing their a lot of works. It is their skill area. Regardless of whether it is a cameraman, whether it is a photographer, whether it is a sweeper, whether it is a teacher, whether it is an IAS officer, whether it is an IPS officer, everyone has their own role of the skill in their life. So in these senses, educational policy is going to make a lot of changes, and it is going to affect everyone. It is going to affect all who gathered here, including me, including these students, as a teacher, including me, as teachers, others, as a principal, our principals are. It is going to affect everyone. So I, at this time, really appreciate the effort and the thought and the vision put forward by your principal, because it is very important to discuss now, and the way they have been preparing. So I think what is your name? I forgot. You can proceed. Okay, you can proceed now. Okay.
Now here comes Siana to explain the structural change of exam in NEP.
The National Education Policy also changed the structure of examination. In order to reduce the importance and stress of board exam will be conducted in two parts. Objective and descriptive exam can be conducted twice a year. Board exam should promote knowledge application rather than rote learning. I think this move should have been taken years ago, but I don't know why we are focusing on rote learning and memorizing the facts and rewriting them in the exam. So that this is a very welcoming move by the policy maker. That yes, board exam should promote knowledge application, competencies, skills, got. Let us assess them, but not the rote learning.
It is well understood that children learn and grasp non-trivial contents more quickly in their mother tongue. Fatima, can you explain this point?
Yeah, sure. The mother tongue. The other highlights of NEP 2023 is the mother tongue promotion. The cornerstone of the new education policy 2023 is the importance accorded to education in one's mother tongue. Up to class 5, the medium of instruction will be the mother tongue, with a scope to extend it to grade 8 in the future. In the thick of a national debate where governments are seen firmly promoting English as the medium of instruction from even the primary school level, this prescription reveals the crucial side of education built on the linguistic foundation. In future, the mother tongue shall continue to be taught as a language wherever possible. This will be followed by both public and private schools. High quality textbooks, including in science, will be made available in mother tongue. All efforts will be made early to ensure that any gaps that exist between the teacher and the child will be bridged. In cases if mother tongue textbooks are not available, the language of transaction between the teacher and the child will still remain mother tongue. This is a debatable topic too, because for some areas such as metropolitan cities, people from various cities come and settle there. This will be a challenge for teachers to find out the local language of a particular group since they are from varied backgrounds.
Over 85% of child's cumulative brain development occurs to the age of 6, indicating the importance of appropriate care and stimulation of brain in the early years. Shaza, can you explain this detail?
Of course. The NEP 2020 recognizes the importance of early childhood care and education and aims to provide universal access of early childhood care and education for all the children up to the age of 8. The old policy did not give much attention to early childhood care and education. So the NCPFECCE says that every child under the age of 8 will be developed by NCRT in two parts, namely a sub-framework for 0 to 3 years old and a sub-framework for 3 to 8 years old. For the universal access of ECCE, early childhood care and education, Anganwadi centers will be strengthened with high-quality infrastructure, play equipment, and well-trained teachers and workers.
Now, we have already decoded the key points of National Education Policy. Sir, can you explain the detailed importance of National Education Policy?
In short, here we are discussing about NCF. After a long waiting, 15 years, 2005 last NCF was introduced by the national government. Then last 2018, they started the NEP process and already implemented here NEP 2020. And here we are discussing about the total changes of the educational system from conventional traditional learning system has to change. In our TISK English medium school, we already started the new education policy process at the time of Corona time, COVID pandemic time. We started the innovative and a paradigm shift educational system. Here, early we implemented 5 years integrated education system. It has started for the foundational literacy. Then this academic year, we focus mainly to promote the language process, especially mother tongue, Malayalam, then our national language and international language. 3 language formulas we are focusing. And we already decided to here introduce such kinds of system, especially in KG and second standard. Then we already check all the students' performance in the literary level. Then first from the letters identification, then it's started to letters, 2 letters and 3 letters, then syllables, and we can proudly inform you our second standard students can read a sight word in Malayalam, English and Hindi. It is an achievement of our school related with the NEP, and I request you, sir, for the programs and functions in the college education. Already in NEP is asking 4-year degree education, and it already integrated with the Bachelor of Education also, and how will affect in the education system here?
From next year onwards, all the universities in Kerala, including Kannur University, Calicut University and MG University, Kerala University, they have already implemented, they prepared the structure of the next year degree programs. The program will be 4 years degree program. Up to now, or I think those who are sitting here, they might have studied 3-year degree program, BCom 3-year, or BA 3 years, or BSc 3 years. It's going to change, it will be 4 years. So after the completion of plus 2, students can choose any of the areas that they would like to, with different combinations of subject like core and complementary subjects. and it will be one of the biggest advantage for the students is that they can exit at any time. For example, after first year of the degree program, they can exit. They will get a certificate. Now, only after 3 years, they get a certificate. That means completion certificate, course completion certificate. So, after 1 year of joining a degree, after the first and second semester exams, they can exit. They will get a certificate. And second year, that will be just a certificate. And after second year or after third years also they can exit. After third year they get a degree completed certificate. And after the 4 years of the completion of 4 years program, they get degree honors. And after that they can continue just 1 year for PG, or if they like they can go for research and all. This is going to be the structure in higher education. And with regard to what these two students discussed, I think one is language, mother tongue. We know that we can express our feelings, emotions, our pleasure and pains only in our mother tongue. So it is very important that the language that we are born with, the language that we are growing with, that we have to give higher focus, but simultaneously, for example, TISK is an English medium school. We have to also give importance to English or maybe Hindi, because students' neurotransmissions can acquire more than 1 or 2 or 3 languages. We know that nowadays business people around us, they are giving higher importance for Chinese language, German language, because they have to do business across the world. So likewise, when we grow up, Malayalam is not enough. We need English, we need Hindi, because we may have to go to Delhi for higher education, we may have to go to Hyderabad for higher education. So now the way these students have presented, their English is fantastic, I really appreciate. So the way how they presented, we need to improve our English. So mother tongue is important. Equally, other languages like English is also important.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
So as I already shared, for some cities such as metropolitan cities, people from various cities come and settle there. So it will be a challenge for teachers to find out the local language. So how the teachers will communicate with students?
You mean, can you ask me one more? Yeah, can you ask me one more?
Like some cities such as metropolitan
Yes,
cities,
yeah.
people from various cities come and settle there. So it will be a challenge for teachers to find out their local language. So how the teachers will communicate with students?
I appreciate the question. Very good question. Okay. It doesn't mean that everyone should teach every languages. There will be some expert teachers in Malayalam, for example. If they go to Hyderabad, some teachers in Telugu. If they go to Karnataka, some teachers in Karnataka language. If they go to Tamil Nadu, some teachers in Tamil language. So those who are expert in those particular languages, they have to focus. They have to teach those subjects. So I think that is the answer to your question. Okay. Okay. You want to ask anything?
Sir, I think until the age of 8, they are only teaching mother language. So there will be no communication unless if you are teaching English with Malayalam or their mother tongue, it will be easier for communication.
No. It's like that is a mindset actually. That is a mindset, because we are Malayalis and we think that if we focus only on one language, we can study only that. It doesn't, no, we actually language is studied as we grow, because according to social learning theory, we learn from society by observing, by experiencing things around us. Likewise, suppose we teach simultaneously 4 subjects to the teacher, 4 languages to the teachers, definitely students can acquire all the 4 languages. But the difference or the focus must be on the way we teach it. Okay. Okay. Thank you for your question.
Sir, you have already shared that there are many changes. You have already shared that there are many changes in our new education policy, national education policy. So the one I am mentioning now is about the course duration. Usually it only takes a student 2 years to complete their diploma degree, but now it have been changed to 4 years. Do you think that there is any advantage for that change?
Yeah, very good, very good. What's your name?
Rifa.
Rifa, good question. Rifa asked, 2 years diploma course. Is it is there any advantage for the students? Certainly, because for students, especially from some poor backgrounds, from some poor families, if they get a certificate, they can get a job. Or now they have to wait until 3 years to get a job. So after 2 years, if they get a diploma certificate, or after at least 1 year, if they get a certificate, a mere certificate, a single certificate, that is enough for them to get a job. But still there are disadvantages.